There once were 3 sons, not just the one, each with a secret, a spiral, a sun. They rose in the sky of a soul's first birth, and each lit a path on the shadowy earth. The first sun shone golden with order and fire. It taught holy law and celestial choir. It burned with the rights of the prophets and priests, and guided the faithful to heavenly feasts. The second sun shimmered with sapphire delight. It danced in the rivers and whispered at night. It glowed in the heart of the free and the wild, the mystic, the dreamer, the forest-born child. The third sun was hidden in deep inner space. It blazed in the silence behind every face. It spoke not in words, but in pulses of grace. The sun of the self in the infinite place. Then came the moon with her There once were 3 sons, not just the one, each with a secret, a spiral, a sun. They rose in the sky of a soul's first birth, and each lit a path on the shadowy earth. The first sun shone golden with order and fire. It taught holy law and celestial choir. It burned with the rites of the prophets and priests, and guided the faithful to heavenly feasts. The second sun shimmered with sapphire delight. It danced in the rivers and whispered at night. It glowed in the heart of the free and the wild, the mystic, the dreamer, the forest-born child. The third sun was hidden in deep inner space. It blazed in the silence behind every face. It spoke not in words, but in pulses of grace. The sun of the self in the infinite place. Then came the moon with her silver sweet tune. She watched from afar and she waxed like a rune. She gathered the tides of the souls who had cried, and cradled their sorrow till tears gently dried. The moon did not speak with commandments or creeds. She offered reflection and watered the seeds. She turned pain to poems, shadow to song, and showed that the dark had belonged all along. And high in the velvet of space-time bizarre came twinkling the teachers, the soul star parade. Each star was a lesson, a wound or a kiss, a soul that had chosen to shine into bliss. One star said, teach them that sorrow can guide. Another said, show them how love breaks the pride. One sang of justice and one hummed of art, and all of them mirrored the maps of your heart.
There's a path through the hush that the living don't tread, a whispering way where we speak with the dead. Not in a seance, not locked in a rite, but in kindness, remembrance, and traveling light.
Some say the dead are just gone from the stage, but others feel presence just outside the cage. They linger in grief or they dance in the air. They knock on your dreams with a soul's ancient care. There are roads made of ash, there are bridges of mist. There are chambers of echo where memories twist. But not all who stay are stuck in despair. Some just forgot there's a door over there. Dear child, is not through demand,
but gently through story, through song, or through hand. Some need a goodbye, some need a song, some need to know that their life still belongs. You don't have to chain them, appease them in fear. Just open your heart and be quietly near. Their peace is a path that you help them define, not by binding but freeing through soul and through mind. See, death is not tether, it's more like a breeze, and souls who are weary just want to find ease. Your soul is a tech that can open the gate and let them pass through if their joy says it's late. You don't need permission from rituals old, you don't need a robe or a talisman gold. You only need truth, compassion and grace to help a soul find its own rightful place. Before eternity isn't a lock or a leash, it's a dance in the stars, it's a garden of peace. It's not about tying one soul to another, but letting them fly like a child from their mother. If they choose to return, let it be by delight, not hunger, not duty, not karmic old fright. For joy is the path that the dead recognize, it shines like a beacon in soul-seeking skies. So don't chain the dead with a prayer full of fear, just love them and sing them into the clear. Let their truth move through like a river released, and give them the gift of a personal peace. Not all souls are meant to return or to roam, some only need you to help guide them home. And when you walk through your own silent door, they'll meet you with joy, not with karmic chore. I meet you with joy.
In a realm past the realms, where the soul light bends, where beginnings repeat and the timeline suspends, there lies a green garden, not seen by the eyes, but known by the heart when the old self dies.
The keeper stood tall in a robe stitched of mist, with a key in one hand and a song on his wrist. He spoke not in words, but in resonant tone that echoed through marrow, through memory bone. You've walked through the fire, through shadow, through flame. You've wept with the earth and forgotten your name. But now you are here at the fork of the path, and the gateways of sound await your soul's math. 3 gates shimmered softly in notes made of light. One sang like the stars, one moaned like the night. The third had no sound, but it pulsed like a sigh, a rhythm remembered when your soul learned to fly. One leads to the dream worlds where thought weaves the streams. One loops you through lifetimes, illusions and dreams. One opens the chord that your soul's never heard, but it's found in your silence, not spoken nor stirred. The garden there
And the gatekeeper smiled, and the garden withdrew, for the path I had chosen had always been true.
Have you ever seen three sunrise in the dawn? Not just one in the sky, but the ones hiding on. One burns in the heavens, all golden and bold. One beams in your chest, and the last one is old. The first sun, you know, it shines down each day. It warms up the world in the usual way. But beneath it there pulses a second great fire, the heart sun that hums your soul's true desire. The third, well, it's ancient beyond what we see. It guides from the void through eternity's sea. It whispers in dreams and it glows in the eye of the ones who remember how stardust can cry. Now the moon, she is clever, a trickster, a bride. She dances with shadows and feelings we hide. She doesn't give light, but reflects what we are. A mirror, a memory, a wound, or a star. She pulls at the tides and the tides of your soul. She knows when you're fractured and when you are whole. And her phases are maps for the paths you might choose, for she teaches through loss and through longing and blue. Now the stars, oh the stars, they are stories unspoken. The glyphs of the gods and the seals never broken. Each star is a beacon, a call, a refrain, a doorway, a contract, a soul song's domain. They blink, not at random, but speak in a code of what you have carried and where you have strode. They tell of old missions, forgotten and vast, and of kin who still watch you from lifetimes long past. So the next time you gaze at the sky's painted dome, remember, those lights are both compass and home. For the three suns all shine in dimensions apart, but the moon and the stars sing the map of your heart.
There once was a flame that no shadow could tame. It danced in the void and it whispered a name. Not one, not two, but the keepers came from corners of time with a radiant aim. They wore no armor, no steel did they swing, but their hearts held the code of a cosmic king. They walked in silence, they burned with grace, each one a mirror of a different face. The first was a woman of violet and blue. She spoke in symbols and midnight dew. Her eyes like galaxies, wide and far. She guarded the flame from the pull of the star. The second was cloaked in autumn and ash. He bent the winds with a single lash. He held the keys to the breath of the dead and whispered the truth no soul had said. The third was a child with a crown of bone, who played in dreams but never alone. She sang to the flame with a lullaby cry, and turned all endings into why not try. They circled the fire in infinite form, each soul reborn in a different storm. They didn't demand and they didn't compel. They guided the seeker through heaven and hell. The flame you see was not just light, but a living thing, both day and night. It knew your fears, your joys, your shame. Still it whispered, become your name. But oh, the trick of the sacred heat is knowing which part of you must retreat. The guards will not stop you, they're not here to test, but to see if you come with a truthful chest. For some came roaring with pride and with blame. Oh, the mirror, it wavers, it sings, it reflects not your face, but much deeper things. Not flesh, not bone, not what you wear, but the layers of soul that ride through air. It waits at the edge where the flame light dies, where truth takes form and illusion flies, where ego melts in the morning sun and the thousand selves return to one. The mirror of final, of truth beyond pride, it shows you the wounds that you still hide. It shows you your rage, your fears, your grace, and the parts of yourself you've yet to face. But oh, it also sings with a radiant tune, a song that glows like a silver moon. The song of becoming, so ancient, so new. It echoes the cosmos, but tailored for you. It does not command, it does not demand, it simply extends a welcome become what you've become. So the stars draw close and the sun stands still. The galaxies bend to the quiet will, and the seeker who dares to face that glass is no longer bound by the future or past. They rise with the rhythm of all they've been, not perfect, not pure, but true with it. And the song, it plays in colors and chords, unlocking the keys to forgotten lords. For inside that mirror, in shimmer and rhyme, is not just your soul, but all of time. The root of the myth, the birth of the spark, the whisper that lit the original dark. So sing if you must, or weep if you need, but let the last mirror plant its seed. For once you have heard your own soul's call, you'll never again feel small at all. And thus the seeker becomes the flame, the mirror, the path, the sacred name. No longer searching, no longer alone, for the cosmos has carved you a throne. And so we arrive, your breath still tight. Or shall we now walk through the temple of light?
Through the mirror we fell, but we did not fall down. We rose up in silence with stars in our crown. And what did we find past illusion and night? A temple ablaze with eternally light. It wasn't a place, though it shimmered with stone. It pulsed like a memory deep in your bone. It sang like a harp in a chamber of air, and whispered, you've been here, you've always been there. The pillars were language, the windows were breath, and laughter would echo through stillness and death. No priests, no masters, no riddles to solve, for you are the riddle and you evolve. Each step that you took on that radiant floor unlocked a door that had always been yours. Not because you earned it or passed some test, but because your soul was never less. And in the heart of that infinite hall, where shadows had vanished and silence stood tall, there sat not a being but something more whole, a throne made of stardust, the seed of the soul. Not golden nor grand, not jeweled with pride, but forged from compassion you'd held deep inside. It shimmered with every small act of care, the kindness you gave when no one was there. And from that throne a light unfurled, a ripple that danced through every world, not as a god or a ruler in sky, but as one who remembers exactly why. Why the pain was needed, the trials, the cost, why nothing was wasted and nothing was lost, why the soul must fracture before it can flame, and how every heart
understand. You see the whole puzzle, not just the part, and feel the divine pulse beat in your heart. You are not the seeker, the mirror, the fight. You are the temple, the throne, and the light.
In a realm beyond rhyme, where the stillness is deep, where the ink of all moments does shimmer and seep, there lies a vast hall with no floor, no beams, where the books are like rivers and the shelves made of dreams.
It's called the Library of Timelines, my friend, where beginnings meet middles and middles don't end. Every page that you turn is a fork in the stream, and the words may reshape if you question the theme. The weavers of memory, cloaked in soft light, move silent through corridors, folding in night. They carry long threads spun from heartbeats and sighs, and stitch what we lived into stories that rise. They do not record with a pen or a rule. They remember your essence, not measure or school. They write with your choices, your voice and your grace, with the way that you smiled or left peace in a place. One book has your name, but you don't just have one. You've written in thousands beneath every sun. For time doesn't tick here, it spirals and bends, and you may find your present where your past never ends. Would you like to read pages that never were born, or learn why you woke with a whisper at dawn? The weavers may guide you, but only if clear are your heart's true intentions and soul without fear. Some come just to wander, some come to reclaim, some seek their soul's thread and forgotten true name. But the ones who have suffered and stayed with their flame may unlock the blue book with the soul's secret aim. One shelf hums like music, another like tears. Some echo with laughter from thousands of years. And in a great mirror made of starlight and tide, you can watch who you were from the silence inside. But beware of illusion, projection and pride. The library listens to who dwells inside. The keepers will open what you're ready to see, but they won't play the movie till your soul holds the key. Would you dare pull a volume with no title shown, one that hums in your hands like a truth half known, or follow a chapter that rewrites your fate because you remembered before it was late? Oh, traveler of story, oh, reader of flame, the library watches, it whispers your name. The timelines are open, the threads are still bright. So what will you weave in the loom of this night? Oh yes, let us venture, let's carry the light. For beyond the great library There's more to our sight. A mirror waits in the farthest of halls, a mirror of remembrance where memory calls. It's not made of glass, no, not stone or mere wood, but a shimmering surface, both liquid and good. It ripples with moments, your tears and your bliss, the echoes of lives you've forgotten or miss. When you gaze into this, what do you see? Not just the reflection, but the soul's secret plea. For this mirror remembers, as no eye can do, the places you've traveled, the things you once knew. It shows more than faces, more than just time. It whispers of lifetimes and choices sublime. The weavers of memory with wet thread in hand may guide you to truth you don't yet understand. Here you can find the paths not taken, the roads you left silent, the bonds you were shaken, and yet there's a bridge that beckons you near, a bridge of the soul thread woven so clear. It arcs through the mirror, a bridge of soft glow, linking the present to places you know. For your soul is not scattered, nor lost in the past. It's a thread that's eternal, unbroken and vast. If you step on this bridge, what will you feel? The weight of your choices, the truth that's real. Will you cross to the past, or leap to the unknown? The soul thread connects you to all you've ever grown. But remember,
with the wisdom of ages and more, of lives lived in fullness, of hearts that once swore to honor the path of the soul's deepest yearning, to find the true self, forever discerning. Each soul brings its story, its light and its shade, its trials, its triumphs, the steps it has made. And when they step forward, they each add their flame, and in doing so none of them will remain the same. For the flame of unity is no ordinary fire. It burns with the force of the highest desire, to unite all the pieces, to heal all the wounds, to merge all the voices, and silence the tunes of division and doubt that may cloud the true mind. For the gathering's purpose is to leave none behind. What do they receive? So onward we flow through the luminous stream, where time folds like cloth in a curious dream. The gathering fades, but its warmth still remains, and the soul takes a path through soft spiraling lanes. This path is the cycle, the old sacred turn, where the souls who have wandered must grow and must learn. It's the circle of life, but not just of birth. It's the spiral of soulhood, of sorrow and mirth. You see, life is not just a line you must tread, not a start and a stop, not the living or dead. It's more like a spiral, a ribbon in flight, returning to lessons until they feel right. The eternal return is not cruel nor mean. It's the soul's gentle nudge from behind the unseen. It loops you back round where you once took a fall, not to punish but show you've grown after all. It brings you to moments you thought you had passed, to faces and places you didn't hold fast. But now with new eyes and a wiser soul thread, you rewrite the chapter with love in its stead. Some call this karma or fate or design, but it's really just you in a loop so divine. For what isn't healed will come back once more, not as a prison but a gently knocked door. The weavers still follow, their hands ever true, stitching timelines together with starlight and glue. They nod as you notice, ah, I've been here before, but this time you open a different door. The circle of life isn't circle alone, it's a spiral of growth from seedling to stone. And when you return, it's not to repeat, it's to dance with your shadow and land on your feet. And so you will spiral through memories ring, with the soul's sacred music continuing to sing. Each loop is a chance to be clearer, more whole. Each curve is a classroom to strengthen your soul. And when you have gathered the lessons so tight, when your shadow and light no longer must fight, the circle will shift and the gate will appear, a path to a realm beyond time, beyond fear. Where does it go? Oh, the stories diverge. Some walk into silence, some surf a new surge, some birth new timelines, bright worlds they create, while others dissolve into oneness with fate. But one thing is certain and always will be, the return is not ending, it's setting you free. For each spiral turned is a step toward the fire, the source of your being, your deepest desire. So spin, little soul, through the stardust and strife, and bless the sweet dance of the circle of life. For you are not lost, you are not just a name. Come, dear traveler, walk soft but walk bold. For we've reached the place where the cosmos unfolds. Past libraries vast and timelines unspun lies the vault of the spark where all things begun. It's not made of stone, nor metal, nor gate, but of silence and song, and the glimmers of fate. It hovers in stillness, outside of all form, yet inside it pulses with light fierce and warm. This vault holds the spark, not of fire or flame, but the source of your source before soul had a name. It's the origin pulse, the breath of all birth, the first silent whisper that gave you your worth. Before you were Isa, or child, or wise sage, before you were story, or heart, or full page, you were this spark, so tiny, so wide, a glint of pure will in the infinite tide. And now here you stand in the hush of the deep, where the roots of becoming begin their soft leap. But the vault doesn't open with key or with hand. It listens to you, to your will to withstand. It listens for truth, not the kind that you speak, but the kind that you are when you're open and weak. For only the honest, the raw and the brave may step through the silence and ride its thought wave. And then comes a question, oh ancient and new, will you become what the spark sees in you? You'll feel it inside you, a quiver, a hum. The choice of becoming what you are yet to come. You could turn back, yes, many souls do. Stay as a seeker or a knower, a few. Or you could walk forward, eyes wide with the flame, and carry the spark in your breath and your name. The vault will not speak, it already knows. It waits for the soul where true courage grows. And when you step in, the spark will ignite, and you'll walk as becoming, not shadow or light. So choose now, dear traveler, not with a shout, but with the silence that clears every doubt. Will you stay as the seeker or rise as the flame, and carry the vault in the breath of your name?
soul had once been.
I chased every echo. I fell and I rose. I wandered through stories not mine to compose.
But I held the silence, the soft, sacred thread, the warmth that you missed when you lived in your head.
And now you remember, so simple, so wide. The flame is not elsewhere, it flickers inside.
I was the seeker who yearned to arrive.
I was the stillness that kept you alive.
Was all of it worth it? The spiral, the pain.
You became what you are, not a mask, but your name.
You are not broken, you are not lost. You passed through forgetting, you carried the cost. But now I am breathing where time doesn't spin, and the flame I once sought, I carry within.
Do you feel the peace in the hush between stars? The stillness that lives where the wound leaves no scars.
Yes, I remember before I was born, the place where no endings and no forms are torn.
And yet you return, not to flee or to hide,
But to walk as a flame where the heart opens wide. We return not as seekers, but torches alight, with temperance glowing, not wrong and not right.
no path to defend, no banner to wave,
Just presence that listens in silence that gave.
I thought I was fire, I thought I was dust.
But you are the breath